The president in Florida today, campaigning, that is, on class warfare. That state was one of the hardest hit by the recession between high unemployment and the foreclosure crisis. Now one of the most populated states in the union, Florida, crucial to the economic health of the nation. Joining me now, Florida's Republican Governor, Rick Scott. Governor, welcome back to the show. It's great to have you here. I want to get to some of your initiatives in Florida to help the economy, but first I want to talk about the president today in Boca Raton talking about this Buffett tax. Now, I just wonder if, as a Republican, you think taxing people with the highest incomes is the way to fund this government and get rid of our deficit.
Well, we know it doesn't work. As you know, Florida is doing well because we don't have a personal income tax. And if we want our country to do better, we've got to understand we're competing with the rest of the world. We can't have higher taxes, higher income taxes for individuals or for businesses because we're competing. We're competing for talent in this country. We're competing for companies to do business in this country. We've got to reduce spending and we've got to reduce our taxes. That's what we're doing in Florida. I've reduced the business tax for 2/3 of the companies paying it. They don't pay this anymore. We're making it easier to buy equipment. We're reducing regulation. And guess what? Our economy is getting better. We're at a 3-year low on unemployment.
Right.
We have company after company moving to Florida.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that job growth because your unemployment rate has gone from 10.9% down to 9.4%. You've obviously recently put in some programs to assist that, but what do you think is behind this drop in the numbers? Is it just the general improvement that the economy's seen, or is there something special about your state?
Well, it's a little bit of everything. First off, you know, people want to live in Florida. It's a beautiful state. We've got the best beaches. We've got the best weather. We've got great people. We also don't have a personal income tax. We've got a low business tax that I'm slowly phasing out. And like I said, a lot of companies, there were 2/3 of companies paying it when I took office 15 months ago, aren't paying it. We've got the expansion of the Panama Canal, which is going to help our seaports. We've got the expansion of the economies of Central and South America. You know, and we're working hard to make sure companies come here. Embraer is now building jets here. We've got ports ready for the Panama Canal expansion. So we've got Time Warner expanding. We've got a lot of companies expanding. It's just a little bit of everything. But I've got a very supportive House and Senate, and we're making this the #1 place in the country to do business.
Well, and you know, I think the last time we talked, we were talking a little bit about whether you could get some of the companies in Chicago to come down to Florida. Who else have you added lately, and is there a chance you'll get the Chicago Mercantile Exchange?
Well, you know, what Illinois did is they gave a significant tax reduction to the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, which was a disappointment because I was hoping they would come to Florida. But if the other side of it is every other company in Illinois that didn't get that tax breaks, they're furious. They're going to come down. There's more of them talking about coming to Florida because they say, well, why would one company get a reduction and not another company? So long term, it's going to help us more.
So you might get somebody else. All right. Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
Well, you know.
We're going to be the logical winner. Florida is.
You know, we spoke with one of your friends, Michelle Reed, today about education, obviously. She was a partner with you in Florida to improve education there. Tell me what you guys were able to do.
Well, what we did was we now are going to allow our principals to pick the best teachers. We got rid of teacher tenure, which now principals can pick the best teachers. We started merit pay. This year, I added $1 billion, and with the help of our legislature, to K-12 education. I think that's probably the biggest increase any state has ever seen, $1 billion of increase. We also made it easier for our parents to make more choices. We have more charter schools. I think this last year we added like 90 charter schools in the state. I think we have about 540. Because what we believe in is we want to hold people accountable. We want to give parents choice. And so we're doing those things, and guess what? Our education system's getting better. One study says we have the #1 state for teachers in the country. So it's just doing what you do in business. You measure, you constantly improve.
Well, it's interesting you're giving $1 billion to education. Recently, we were talking about New York and what's going on with spending there. That state, the state that I'm in right now, has the highest spending per pupil in the country at $18,126, and yet their graduation rate, 39th in the country. In math and reading, they're 31st. In other words, all this money doesn't necessarily guarantee performance. What are you doing in Florida with more spending to guarantee that it actually translates into performance?
Well, you know, as we know in business, just throwing more money at something doesn't make it work. You've got to measure, You've got to, change based on that measurement. So in Florida, you can come here and you can get on the internet and you can. We rank all of our schools, so you know where the best schools are. And guess what? The schools that are not at the top, they say, "What is that school at the top doing? I'm gonna emulate what they're doing," and we share best practices. So that we're doing across the state, and that's why our system is getting better every day, every month.